Picture England, not the England of today with its bustling cities and sprawling towns. Imagine an island still raw, still being shaped by the forces of nature. This is where our story begins millions of years ago. The Ice Age was ending, the seas were rising. Britain, once connected to Europe, became an island. This isolation would shape its destiny. Early inhabitants hunted and gathered, leaving their mark on the land. Stonehenge, a monument of mystery, still stands as a testament to their presence. The Bronze Age brought new skills in metalworking. People farmed the land and built settlements. Life was simple, but it was changing. Then came the Celts, a group of skilled warriors and artisans. They brought with them iron, a metal that would revolutionize warfare. The Celts were fiercely independent, divided into tribes that often clashed. One of their most famous leaders was Boudicca, a queen who dared to challenge the might of Rome. But the Roman Empire, with its legions of disciplined soldiers and thirst for conquest, was an unstoppable force. In 55 BC, Julius Caesar led the first Roman invasion of Britain. Though not entirely successful, it marked the beginning of Rome's interest in this island nation. The Romans returned. This time they came to stay. In 43 AD, Emperor Claudius conquered Britain. Roman legions marched across the land, crushing any resistance they encountered. They built roads, towns, and impressive structures like Hadrian's Wall, a testament to their engineering prowess. Roman rule brought with it law, order, and a measure of prosperity, but it also brought conflict. The native Britons, resentful of Roman rule, rose up in rebellion time and again. Yet Roman influence on Britain was profound. It laid the foundation for a new civilization on the island. However, all empires must fall. Weakened by internal strife and facing threats from within and without, the Roman Empire began to crumble. By the 5th century AD, Roman legions had withdrawn from Britain, leaving a power vacuum that would soon be filled. Across the North Sea came new invaders, Angles, Saxons, and Jutes. These Germanic tribes, fierce warriors seeking land and riches, quickly established themselves in Britain. They pushed back the native Britons, carving out kingdoms of their own. The Anglo-Saxon period had begun, a time of warlords, legends, and the birth of a new identity. The year 1066, a date etched in English history. It marked the Norman conquest, a turning point that would reshape England forever. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, laid claim to the English throne. He was a ruthless and ambitious ruler determined to make England his own. The Battle of Hastings was a clash of titans. On one side stood the Anglo-Saxon army, led by the ill-fated King Harold. On the other, the Norman forces, with their cavalry and superior tactics. The battle raged for hours, a brutal and bloody affair. In the end, Harold was slain and William emerged victorious. The Norman conquest transformed England. William confiscated land and granted it to his loyal followers, establishing a new feudal system. He ordered the construction of castles, imposing Norman authority on the land. French became the language of the court and the elite. England was forever changed. Medieval England was a time of great change and upheaval. The Magna Carta, signed in 1215, limited the power of the king and established the principle of the rule of law. The 100 Years' War, a series of conflicts with France, tested England's strength. And then came the Black Death, a devastating plague that swept across Europe, killing millions. Section 4, Tudor Dynasty, Reformation and Renaissance. The Tudor dynasty, a family of shrewd and ambitious rulers, took the throne in 1485. Henry VII, the first Tudor king, restored peace after years of civil war. But it was his son, Henry VIII, who would truly leave his mark on England. Henry VIII is infamous for his 6 wives, but he was also a powerful king who broke from the Catholic Church, establishing the Church of England. This Reformation had a profound impact on English society, sparking religious conflict and forever changing the relationship between church and state. Elizabeth I, Henry's daughter, became queen in 1558. Her reign, known as the Elizabethan era, was a golden age for England. It was a time of exploration and discovery as English ships sailed the globe, laying the foundations for a vast empire. It was also a time of great artistic flourishing, with writers like William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe creating works of enduring brilliance. Section 5. Stuart Era, Civil War and Revolution. The Stuart dynasty, which succeeded the Tudors, faced a turbulent time. Religious tensions, political conflicts, and a power struggle between the monarchy and parliament characterized the Stuart era. This struggle culminated in the English Civil War, a bloody conflict that tore the nation apart. On one side stood the Royalists, supporters of King Charles I. On the other, the parliamentarians led by Oliver Cromwell. a skilled military leader and devout Puritan. The war raged for years, ending in Cromwell's victory and the execution of Charles I, and England became a republic, ruled by Cromwell as Lord Protector. Cromwell's rule was marked by Puritan piety and military dictatorship. After his death in 1658, the monarchy was restored, and Charles II, son of Charles I, returned from exile to claim the throne. The Stuart era, however, continued to be plagued by political intrigue and religious conflict. Section 6. Georgian period, Empire and Industry. The 18th century saw the Hanoverian dynasty, with George I becoming the first Hanoverian king in 1714. The Georgian period was a time of great change and progress. The British Empire expanded rapidly, fueled by trade, colonization, and military might. Britain emerged as a global superpower, its influence felt across the globe. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain in the late 18th century, transformed society. New machines, powered by steam and coal, revolutionized manufacturing. Factories sprang up and cities grew at an unprecedented rate. The Industrial Revolution brought both progress and problems, as wealth and poverty existed side by side. Section 7. Modern Britain, Wars, Empire's End, and Today. The 20th century was a time of great upheaval and change for Britain. The country faced 2 world wars, which tested its resolve and reshaped the global order. The British Empire, once vast and powerful, began to crumble as colonies fought for and gained independence. Britain emerged from World War II victorious but exhausted, its global standing diminished. In the post-war era, Britain underwent significant social and economic changes. The welfare state was expanded, providing a safety net for citizens. The country joined the European Economic Community, its future increasingly intertwined with that of Europe. Today, Britain is a modern, multicultural nation, grappling with the challenges and opportunities of a globalized world. From its humble beginnings as an island nation shaped by the forces of nature, Britain has played a pivotal role in shaping the course of human history. Its story is a tapestry woven from threads of conquest, revolution, innovation, and empire. And while the future remains unwritten, one thing is certain: Britain's story is far from over.